Aiden, are you emotionally prepared for this?
No, I'm not.
Hey guys, it's Deborah, and this is my brother,
Aiden.
Today we are going to be doing the book plot challenge. Don't know who created it, but I was inspired to do this by Kayla from the BookTube channel. I will have her video linked in the description below. I have 10 books, and he's going to try and figure out the plot to those different books. We'll see how well he does.
Horribly.
There's his personal opinion.
All of the answers are gonna be like super blunt and ridiculous.
Yay!
Yay!
The first book that he has to guess the plot for is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. What do you think the story is about, Aiden?
Well, I do know that the tattoos have something to do with like magical powers or something, where they're able to like be Edward and Jacob from Twilight and transform.
No. Is that all you have?
They hunt like demons or something, right?
Yeah.
They hunt shadows. They're shadow hunters.
That's something.
You talked about that TV show constantly.
No, I don't really watch the TV show.
Isn't there a guy named Alec and a guy named... I can't remember their names. I just remember seeing like the first like 5 minutes of the movie, and this girl was in a club, and then all of a sudden these people came along and started beating other people up, and she was like, "What's up, pal?" And stuff happened.
Yeah. It's the very first scene of the book, yeah. Okay, do you want to know what the story is actually about?
Okay, yeah, what's the story about?
Okay, the main character's name is Clary Frey, and she does not know she's a shadow hunter, but then she finds out she kind of is, and they do hunt demons. They are called shadow hunters.
Do they hunt shadows?
No.
Ah, kill it!
I don't know how to explain the story without spoiling anything, so.
You know I'm never gonna read it.
Yeah. Book 2! A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas.
Order in the court, thorns, roses.
No.
Yes.
Try again.
Well, like, there's like a quart and a quart and a quart of wings.
That story is completely different and has very little to do with what actually happens in this one.
Oh man, so they don't eat chicken wings? They don't eat a quart of chicken wings?
More like they have wings.
Okay, so they have wings.
No!
Dang it!
Wrong characters.
I don't know, vampires?
Vampires.
Is that true?
No.
Dang it. Some other supernatural kind of thingy.
Yes. Fantasy.
Sarah J. Maas. It's spelled wrong.
That's not.
Yeah, shut up.
This is the correct way to spell mass. This is how you weigh the mass of a book. Because it was written by Sarah J. Maas. It's obviously got mass quantities of death.
There's some person and they do a thing and then it saves the world, just like all of your books. I could use that as a template for all of these.
Except
they destroy the world.
Both.
What? Okay, explain it, please.
Alright, so this story follows the main character, Feyre Archeron.
Never heard of that.
Okay. She is a mortal girl who lives in this village. I'll show you a map so you can understand it better. There is a line, it's called the Wall, separating the fairies, which is everybody else, from the mortal lands, which is just real people. Feyre ends up killing a wolf who happens to be Fae and gets kidnapped by the Lord of the Spring Court. She is taken to live with him as a punishment. You failed!
Obviously.
We're back because he had a doctor's appointment right after we started filming, but we're here now and we are wearing different clothes because we do that every day. We change clothes. The third book we have that we are doing is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. Aiden, what do you think this book is about?
Children who are peculiar and they live in a home made for them, owned by Miss Peregrine. They're orphans. I think you confirmed that yesterday. They're orphans?
Yes, they're orphans.
Okay. And they have like supernatural powers. Like that girl is floating.
Yeah.
Whoa! There's one kid there and there's two shadows! Not shadows, reflections.
Is that all you got?
Something like that.
Alright. This book follows the main character, Jacob. I don't remember his last name. his father died right in front of him. He was attacked by these monster things, and his last words gave Jacob clues, and now he's trying to find the clues. And in the process, he meets a whole bunch of peculiar children that have special abilities, and he finds out that he is also kind of one of them. But everyone thinks he's crazy.
So it was kind of right. I just forgot some minor details.
Yeah,
I figured it would be about the kid there.
No, that's Olive. The fourth book we have is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. Aiden, what are your thoughts?
I don't know. Freaking, it's got a fleur-de-lis on it. So obviously, it's about a queen, because it says queen on it. It's about royalty, because it says queen, it's got a crown. I'm guessing that it's like the fall of a royal family, or like a person in the royal family, because it's all like bloody and whatever. This is a very simple cover, so it's hard to guess. It's like really fancy and elaborate, so I'm guessing it's like a high up figure in society or whatever who's like being plotted against or overthrown or something. I don't know.
You're not too far off, but the main character is not of high
I'm not talking about the
nobility.
main character. I'm talking about a main character overthrowing somebody of high power.
Okay, that I can accept because of the story that follows Red Queen. The next books are called Glass Sword and King's Cage, and that is kind of the overall goal of the next books. Red Queen is a book that takes place in a society where the people are divided by blood type. Some people have...
That's so stupid.
No, just wait. Some people have silver blood, and if you have silver blood, you have special powers. Like there's one, they're called magnetrons, and they can wield and shape metal.
Sounds like a Pokemon.
Okay. Mare has red blood, but she also has a special power. So it kind of messes up the whole system. And then the government tries to hide that she has red blood, and red blood people can have special powers. So she becomes betrothed to one of the princes, and they basically fake her silver blood until stuff goes down and...
Everybody's like, whoa, she has red blood.
Yeah, kind of.
Because she's a normal human being.
Number 5, Delirium by Lauren Oliver. I only ever read the first book in this series, and I read it like 2 years ago, so I'm not going to remember everything, but let's hope for the best. What do you think this cover tells you?
It's about a girl, there's plants, so she has something to do with plants, and it's all chaos and stuff.
The cover does not help you very much. The back of it doesn't show a blurb, it's just got a poem.
Can I read the poem?
Yeah. What do you think the story involves? Like, what do you think it's about?
I don't know. Something about love and infection, but I'm pretty sure that's a metaphorical infection. Well, I'm guessing it's like a lying society. She's told something that's somehow related to love. It's supposed to be a bad thing, and that there's like a cure for it, which is staying away from it, or like abstaining from it, I guess. Then something happened that like changed her entire world, and now she's thinking like, oh, they're lying to me, I need to do something to change this and let the rest of the world know or something.
In this world, love is considered a disease.
It's like the 1800s where people would beat gayness out of people.
Love is a disease in this book, and once you reach the age of 16 or 18, you have to be cured for it. You have to go through this giant process, and it's this big thing. It's awful. The main character in this story is named Lena, and she comes to this realization that, whoa, maybe love isn't such a bad thing. The society that she lives in is very, very strict. You can't listen to certain types of music. You can't.
That's dumb heavy metal.
Yeah, that's exactly something you can't listen to.
Screw.
You're not allowed to be out past sundown unless you're going like to or from a job, even though most places close before sundown, and it's quite an awful place to live in. So
you can't listen to like Slipknot.
Well, it didn't exist in this world, but
Shut up, Slipknot exists everywhere. Slipknot is amazing.
he doesn't get this one right. The 6th book that we have here is 6 of Crows. I did not do that on purpose, actually. And this is just how this ended up. So, Aiden, what do you think about 6 of Crows?
6 dangerous outcasts, 1 impossible heist.
No! Totally wrong. There's 7 main characters in the second book.
The cover kind of told me. I mean, 6 of Crows heist.
Okay.
There's like a big castle in the background. Are they like raiding a prison, like Azkaban?
They're kind of raiding a prison. That's part of what the storyline follows later on in the
Crows
book.
symbolize death. I'm guessing there's a lot of killing. Crows,
More like they're
vultures.
trying to avoid death.
Okay.
What do you think they're trying to steal? What do you think the heist is for?
Breaking people out of prison. They're friends. Wait, you said there's a 7th character. Are they trying to break the 7th character out?
Not break him out, but
They realize he's there, and then in the second book they try and break him out?
no.
Oh.
What do you think a Grisha is?
I don't know, a shapeshifter?
I'm not sure if they can do that.
Okay, I just mean, like, I thought that you pointed at the crow itself. I was
Oh,
like,
no.
is that, like, one of the characters? Can they, like, turn into a
No.
crow?
Is that all you got? You have nothing else to add?
That's all I have.
This particular story follows 6 very different characters, and they are all criminals in one way or another, and they are hired to perform this heist because there is this medicine coming around that can make these Grisha extremely powerful for very short periods of time, and it is very, very addicting. They're trying to get the creator from this place and take him back to this guy, and he's going to give them a butt ton of money because they are all dirt poor. You failed. The 7th book we have here is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas.
It rhymes.
I just finished this, so I've probably been screaming about it. He might be able to get some key points. What do you think? You can't read the back of this one.
So she has 2 looking like... Oh, those aren't guns. Those are swords. Okay, it looked like shotguns for a minute. It was like, is she freaking Reaper? Well, I mean, she's obviously like an assassin or something. Or there's killing. I mean, she's got a knife and 2 swords. And she looks like really angsty and has armor. Throne of Glass, fragile. Half the books you read are like major commentaries on society or overruling in power. So, Throne of Glass, an unstable, corrupted government. I don't know.
It's not unstable.
I mean, it's glass, so it's like easily shattered.
That's talking in the actual literal sense. The throne that the monarch sits on is literally made of glass.
So it's like in Game of Thrones, the Throne of Swords.
Sure.
She looks like a generic, really edgy school shooter.
What about the world? What do you think about the world that she lives in?
There's like purple stuff and bits, so magic.
Yeah. What how do you think the magic is activated?
Is it like auras? Or is it like something fueled by certain emotions? Or I'm literally going off of Dragon Ball Z here. Goku goes Super Saiyan whenever he gets really angry.
One of the characters in this book series actually, whenever he or she gets very, very angry,
They go Super Saiyan and they get spiky yellow hair.
no, they
Dang
can
it.
produce magic if their emotions are over the top. Are you done? Is that all you have to say?
Yeah.
Alright. This book follows the main character, Selena Sardothian. She is an assassin, and she is the greatest assassin in all of Alderland, which is where this story takes place. There is a big competition because the king wants a champion, or basically his own personal assassin, to do his dirty work for him. And so there's this giant competition with 24 contestants, and she is one of them, and she is chosen by the crown prince, so he is the heir to the throne. And that's how the story starts. A lot of other stuff happens in between there. So this next book is number 8, and it is What's Left of Me by Kat Zhang. This is the first book in a trilogy known as the Hybrid Chronicles. I really enjoyed them when I read them in like 6th and 7th grade, so...
So I do kind of know this one.
Yeah, I've talked about it quite a lot.
So there's this girl, and she's got a split personality. Where there's a different girl like living inside her or something. And it like slowly is fading away or something, and she's just trying to keep it alive. Boom,
Kind
that's
of.
my explanation.
Okay. So this world is an alternate version of our own, in which each person is born with 2 souls inside their own like body, And at about 5 or 6, one of those souls is supposed to fade away, and one of them becomes the more dominant soul. If you do not fade away, then you become a hybrid, and you are a danger to society and an outcast, and you get sent away to these camps. Anyway, the main character in this story is Eva and Addie, because they are one human. It follows Eva's perspective. She is the weaker soul. She can actually not control her body at all. They just kind of communicate between thoughts, and it's like their personalities kind of balance each other out. So when Addie's about to do something bad, Eva stops it. They are taken by the government because they eventually find out that she is a hybrid, because Eva is trying to figure out how she is supposed to move and is trying to learn how to be a person that is actually hybrid and very prominently so. But for number 9, we are using Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the first book, The Lightning Thief. This cover is actually fairly useful. So what do you know about this?
He's a demigod, the son of Zeus. So the lightning thief is not Percy. That's Percy standing on top of Poseidon's head. Percy's the son of Poseidon.
Yeah.
And somebody else. That confuses me because Perseus.
Yeah. He's named after the great Perseus. His actual name is Perseus, but he goes by Percy because he still has to survive in
In the normal world.
Yes.
Okay. Percy Jackson and the Olympians. So the Olympians is like his team of other demigods and gods and whatever, right? Right? Or am I just stupid?
You're just stupid.
Okay.
Who are the Olympians?
I can't remember. I haven't studied Greek mythology in years, since 6th grade.
The gods are the Olympians.
Oh, really?
Because they live on Olympus.
I don't remember 6th grade, Debo. High school is a long way away from the very beginning of middle school.
That's very true. Are you done?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, he's right. This is about the main character, Percy Jackson, obviously. He is a demigod, and he is the son of Poseidon. I might bleep that out because it's kind of a spoiler. Somebody stole Zeus's lightning bolt, and Percy has been accused of stealing this because he is a child of one of the big 3 gods, and they all made a pact.
That's Hades, Poseidon, and Zeus.
Yes. They all made a pact to not have a child, and here is a child of Poseidon, one of the big 3 gods. So
But Zeus already had like 75 children.
Yes, but they made a pact in current time to not have any children. You did pretty well on that one.
Yeah.
Alright, I doubt you're going to get this one.
When We Collided.
By Emery Lord. This is the 10th and final book.
I remember seeing a cool little photo that you took where you took a picture of the Wii on your phone. So I went there and took my phone and took a picture of it. It was in my camera roll. I was going through it. I was like, that's cool.
It's on my Instagram, link in the description. What do you think this book follows?
I have no idea. That's confusing.
Okay, what does the cover have to do with the story?
There's 2 people and they collided, metaphorically.
Yeah.
Or did they get in like a car crash and they end up like loving each other?
No. Okay, but what does the actual like cover and the background of the cover have to do?
It's very crazy and kind of chaotic in a way.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Is that symbolic of like an
kind of. What's the literal cover?
Colorful, but like blank almost. I'm talking about this in an artsy sense. It's splatters.
What is the cover? Feel it. What is
it's canvas.
Yes.
Oh, it's about an artist.
Jesus Christ.
Is it about an artist?
Yes.
Okay, and then there's like paint splatters. She's a painter, or he's a painter.
Okay, now don't look at the text, but look at everything but like the text on the back.
So Vivi was here. So Vivi is the person in this book. I'm guessing Vivi is the artist.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. What do you think of the rest of the story?
She's a failing traveling artist, I guess, because a lot of artists are like starving artists, as they're called, because in a lot of ways they're starving.
Yeah.
And she comes across this person who helps her, and they eventually like fall in love or something. Can you find yourself when you're falling apart? So I seem to see that as like a person who's failing in their career, failing at life, and doesn't see themselves as very competent or useful, and then this person comes along and is trying to help them, but they can't see themselves. Did I do good?
You did pretty well.
Hey.
So the main two characters in this story are Vivi and Jonah. They actually meet when Vivi and her mother travel to this small town in California. They end up staying in this really small town over this entire summer. So this book takes place over the summer. Vivi is bipolar.
Ah.
Yes.
So it's
And
so it's
she
like
kind
one of
of-
those stories.
Not really.
Where it's like
But-
the person is like trying to cope with it while the other person is trying to help them. But
No.
oh.
Vivi is trying to overcome her bipolar disorder and keeps throwing away her meds. And her mother believes that she's still using or like taking them.
Oh,
And-
yeah, I remember you telling me about that part.
Yeah.
I should have remembered that.
And Jonah has no idea until a good long ways through the book. That's why so many
That's not a good idea.
different things happen. Yes, there is a love story involved, but yeah,
Vivi doesn't do well and she dies.
she does not die.
Oh, that's surprising.
Close, but no. Aiden, which book do you think you did the worst on?
Thorns and Roses.
I was thinking the same thing. I will now be uploading on Sundays and Wednesdays.
Wednesdays are for funny, weird things.
Yeah, or for odd videos that don't really generally go in with my normal scheduled videos, but are still going to be revolving around books. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like and subscribe to my channel and ding the bell to get notifications every time I upload. I will
Ding.
see you guys Wednesday. Goodbye! Without Aiden. This video, like this version of raw footage is 45 minutes. The other one is 15, which means I have an hour of editing to go through. An hour!
I'm sorry, me and my artistic perception take a long time to kick in.
Yeah, you just talk and talk. And talk some more.
Blooper reel!
Alright.
The blooper reels are the best part of your videos.
I know.